Oh shoot, this is my secondary. Oh my gosh, I actually got a kill though. So hello gamers. The balancing of Phantom Forces is actually pretty good. Like there's a lot of really good guns. However, there are 10 guns that I think are pretty bad. So today I'm going to be counting 10 not so good guns and how to make them better. So first off, we have the AK-12C. Now the AK-12C is actually a decent gun. Like it's not too bad. It's one of the more forgettable AK-12s though. Unlike the AK-12, it doesn't have the insane PPK-12 conversion. I've talked about it a bit recently, like in a couple of different videos. It's a pretty good gun. But overall, it's not like the strongest gun or anything. It's not as bad as some of the guns on this list. It's actually like a decent gun. I would definitely recommend it to like people who like a quick reload on their guns. So what's the big problem with it? Well, it has a little bit too much recoil for what it's worth. The damage is alright, but the RPM isn't super high for the damage. And the AK-12 with its insane hyper burst is just better. When you have like no recoil at all and a 1000 RPM burst, it's hard to be like, oh, this is just a better gun because this doesn't have the burst. It just has semi and auto, which is kind of sad, but it's like understandable because if it did have the burst, it would be really strong. But yeah, what I would say for this gun is that it needs better damage ranges and less recoil. That's all it needs. It doesn't really need anything super special. But yeah, that would make this gun a little bit better. I'd say a little bit less recoil and probably a 130 stud min range and maybe slightly more velocity, but that's about it, and that would probably make it a bit better. Next up, we have the AKU-12. The 9mm conversion makes it busted, but let's talk about the regular gun. It does have a full stock and a long barrel, which is really nice. And as you can see, it shoots pretty fast. And it does 35 to, I think, 19. So this is actually pretty good. But yeah, it does feel pretty weak without the conversion. The conversion is kind of a direct upgrade. And I would say it needs a little bit of something more. I'm not going to say it needs less recoil because the recoil is pretty forgiving, honestly. I would say all it really needs is like maybe a little bit better damage ranges. And I was thinking maybe making it 34 to 20 instead of 35 to 19. That would make it a little bit better at range, but maybe that would make it too good. I don't know. Maybe they have to really like work out a different way for how it worked, but this is a pretty good gun anyways. Maybe it doesn't need a huge change, but it's really underrated. People don't really use it, and the 9mm conversion just makes it better. Also, FYI, most of these guns are without conversions. If they have a conversion that makes them better, I want to make the default gun better, because conversions that make the gun just better are not really viable for the game. Guns shouldn't be good just because they have a conversion that makes them good. They should be good in their own ways anyways. That's why the AKU-12 I think needs a buff, because of course its conversion is very good. But yeah, next up we have the GB22. This is another gun that obviously has a decent conversion. I'd say its conversion is pretty good, but the default gun, man, the default gun's kind of stinky though. It does very little body damage, I think 20 to 15, as you can see, like nothing. And like, you're not going to kill somebody at range with it unless you hit them in the head and then it's a one shot. But like, it's just so slow that you may as well use like an XIX, which does 93 damage to the head all ranges, but of course can torso kill up close and can two shot to the torso all ranges. And of course there's the 50 GI or something, some type of 50 cal conversion for this gun. It does give it a torso kill to pretty far with pretty little downsides. So you're probably like, well, if that's such a good conversion, why do I think the regular gun is bad? Well, the regular gun isn't the conversion, you know? Like I said, the conversion shouldn't make it just better, but it kind of does. Like, it's just not that good. It's not that viable otherwise. Like, if you see any mains for this gun, they're usually going to be using the 50 cal conversion. The regular gun isn't horrendous since it can headshot kill, but like, I'd say it needs a little bit of something to make it better than the 50 cal conversion in some aspects, since it's really not, except I guess it has more reserve. So you're probably like, whoa, Strider, what do you want me to do to make it better? Make the body damage a little bit higher, maybe like 25 or something, and then make the default velocity a little bit higher, and of course make the reload faster, because fun fact, I think the 50 cal conversion has the same reload, so the same RPM, which is stupid considering you are loading a 50 cal bullet, which kind of weighs more, so maybe it would take longer to reload that. So yeah, for the GB22, that's all I want. I want more velocity, a quicker reload, and 25 max. Next up though is one of my favorite shotguns in the game, the KSG-12. Now this one is obviously the worst shotgun in the game, like most people are going to say that. It's not bad, you know, it's not like the worst shotgun or anything. Well, it is the worst shotgun. What am I talking about? On a statistical level, it's not like a terrible thing. It's just like Remington 870 is better, Saiga is better, you know, DBV-12 actually has better spread, better RPM, better reload times, and people call the DBV-12 trash, so that's the kind of stuff we're looking at for this gun. And yeah, it's probably one of my favorite shotguns in the game. My favorite probably being the Stevens, but I really like this gun. It's just like, it's not really that good. What I would do for it is make the KSG-25 barrel more viable, maybe make it shoot faster, make the damage ranges better, and of course make the spread slightly better, and then it would probably be pretty viable. But I do like the thing about the damage being really good up close. Maybe make the min range better or the minimum damage better, but yeah, this is a pretty good gun. It just needs a little bit of love, and then maybe it'll be really good. Next up though, we got the Type 88, probably the worst assault rifle in the game. I'd say, oh, but I like the gun. It's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of this gun. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I have respect for the CEO of the gun, but not for the gun itself. You know, it's not a super good gun. It is pretty inaccurate as the RPM of an AK-47, but does nowhere near the damage. 34 to 20 instead of 42 to 30. So this does like basically the same max as the other one's min. It's really stupid. This gun is just kind of like, it falls behind the other guns in the game. The recoil is just all over the place. It's not good. It doesn't shoot that fast. It has a big mag, but the big mag actually has the worst recoil that you've ever seen. Like this magazine, like the normal magazine makes the recoil better. So I'll just use this instead. Like I did 100 kills on every primary and I had to use the default mag, which kind of sucks because like it just makes it even worse considering you don't even get the capacity, which is like the big upside of this gun. But yeah, this was the only way to hit shots was to use the reg mag. It's not terrible. It doesn't two-shot headshot since it does 34. It shoots really slow. The minimum damage is almost atrocious, almost a 6-hit. What I would do for this gun is really, really simple. Make it do probably 36 to 22. Maybe make the recoil slightly better. But if it could 2-hit head, did a little bit more body damage, it would be able to 3-hit a little bit farther. And yeah, recoil buff would not be too bad either. Since the recoil is just so atrocious, maybe you could hit stuff better. But yeah, overall it feels cool. Like the shot sound, I actually kind of like it, but overall it's not a terrible gun. Like you can still get kills with it. It's just not that good. And I feel like a slight buff would make this pretty viable. The next gun up is probably going to be pretty, I don't know, disputed. People are not going to like this one as much. It's the Thumper. This gun is kind of decent. Like I'd say it does have its own niche, I guess. Oh my gosh, really? It's really just not that good. It shoots really, really slow. And when you have like a, what the heck? This guy didn't even die from that. When you have a one-shot gun that shoots this slow, it better, I don't know, pretty much kill at all ranges. And it doesn't. Its ammo types aren't that good. And overall for a pocket one-shot, it's really not that good. See, I didn't even one-shot there. Like expect a one-shot sometimes, but not all the time. What is going on? It's at 8 out of 10. 9 at, come on. There we go. Anyways, they almost didn't vote kick him, which kind of sucks. But yeah, the M79 Thumper, I really just say maybe just make it a little bit like quicker to reload, better handling and better walk speed. And I think that would make it perfect because it kind of walks slow considering like I know it is like a grenade launcher, but it's kind of small. You know, I'd say it's not really the best. When you want a pocket one shot, this is your gun, but like Surbu with the stupid extended tube is like way better. Next up is probably one of my more liked guns, but it's not necessarily that good. This is the MSG-90. This gun is interesting. It's pretty good, but it doesn't really fill any niche. The SVU and the Scar SSR are just better. Like put lightly, they're just better. This thing can one tap head to I think 110 studs, which is actually pretty good. When the SVU can two-shot limb all ranges and the Scar SSR can do like 81 torso damage, so easily kill with one torso, one limb. This can't even two-shot torso all ranges, and two-shot torso is like pretty hard to hit. Even the VSS can do that. Headshot kill is probably the least far of like all these freaking headshot guns. And of course the SL9 can infinitely headshot kill. This can't even get close. It's 110 studs, but I mean it can two-shot to the limbs to 110 studs, so that's not really good. Like the Scar SSR can almost two-shot limb all ranges, and the SVU can. So yeah, all I'm saying is like a little bit more damage, probably up close, a little bit better headshot kill range, and definitely less recoil. It's a little bit like, I don't know, it kicks a lot for what it is. It does have a quick recovery speed, but it just kicks a lot. It's hard to shoot really fast, and when its main advantage is only that it shoots a little bit faster than the other guns, it needs to be able to shoot that fast. Next up, we probably got one of my least favorite PDWs, if not my least favorite PDW, and maybe the worst one in the game. I think I said MP7 in my video like a long time ago, but MP7 is really good. That was a really hard pick since I like a lot of PDWs, and this one, I don't know, the G36K, which is a carbine, kind of does better. I guess there is that one conversion, but like the default gun itself, not really that good. Does 33 to 20, which is pretty good for a PDW, but it doesn't shoot that fast at all. Its reloads are okay, and it's like, its recoil is not the best. It's a 4-shot to a 5-shot, which is not too bad, but like when you have a PDW, you expect it to be better up close, but like the M16A3 shoots faster, does effectively the same damage up close, but more damage in LRC, has pretty similar recoil. In fact, this one's like a little bit more bouncy, has a faster reload time and probably about the same walk speed and stuff. So yeah, considering this is like the PDW variant, it should be a little bit better for like a PDW. It's weird that the G36K is the 3-shot one that goes to a 6-shot because that's more of a PDW thing. But yeah, close. I mean, it can 3-shot with like one headshot, but overall just kind of average at what it does. If I were to give this a buff, I'd give it 21 min probably, maybe less max, but a torso multi or something, so it might be able to 3-hit torso. Better ranges, make it so the 300 conversion isn't just like better. since the 300 conversion can 2-hit head, and like it's just better. I know it does 19 damage min, but like it doesn't matter. I'm on a 6 kill streak with it, which, you know, that's not too bad. And overall it does feel pretty fast, but like statistically versus other PWs, it's not really that good. It's so average that it just does pretty well, I guess, but I would say that it needs a little bit of a buff. Other than like a rank, I don't know, 18, you don't really see anybody maining this gun. I got 100 kills on it from my 100 kills with every primary, which is not a video, but maybe it could be a video when I do it for secondaries. I don't know. Decent gun, but not the best. The final couple guns start with the X95R, and I'm gonna remove the 300 conversion because that's the good conversion on this gun. The X95R itself is not really that good. It's the second highest ranked carbine, but you never see this gun in game. It shoots stupid fast, like 950 RPM. But it does no damage. The recoil's kind of eh. The multis are good, but the damage itself is just so bad. It has the worst max damage of any carbine, probably. It's just so bad, and the recoil is just not good. Even the reloads are not really that fast. Like, I wish I could say it was good, but like the X guns or whatever, the Tavor guns, the TAR-21 is decent, but like, ooh, the other ones, not so much. And the X95 SMG is interesting because like, it actually can 3-hit and 5-hit all ranges because it has a torso multi, and it plays to its strengths, but this thing, not so much. Like, it doesn't really play to its strengths at all. Even if all of your shots are torsos, you cannot 3-shot. Like, the RPM is high, I guess, but like, it's only like MP7 high. Oh shoot, this is my secondary. Oh my gosh, I actually got a kill though. But yeah, like, I mean, you can kill stuff, I guess, but it's not really the best. For this one, I would say probably lessen the recoil, make the damage a little bit higher, and that's about it. Like, maybe make the ranges better, but it's not really anything too special. This gun kind of just feels weak. Maybe make it able to 3-hit easier. The 300 conversion makes this gun actually pretty good. Keeps the torso multi, makes it do 36 to 19 and only loses 100 RPM. And yeah, that's actually pretty good, but like, I don't know, it's a conversion. It doesn't make the gun better itself. It's just, you gotta make the default gun better. But anyways, the final gun on this list is the AUS. This has one of the worst torso kills in the entire game, which by itself I'd be like, oh, it is an integrally suppressed sniper, right? But of course, with other integrally suppressed guns, except I guess the Honey Badger, its muzzle velocity is terrible. This is the hit marker machine if you can even hit marker, because at least guns like the other freaking snipers, like they actually have good muzzle velocity. This thing on the other hand is like, it's not that good. And when you consider like the OM exists with the op conversion and that gun's just better, why would you use this? I guess it's lower rank, but lower rank guns aren't supposed to be, you know, worse. This one kind of is. It has 2200 muzzle velocity, which is the lowest in class. And yes, of course you can still hit stuff up close, but like this is the closest range map in the game. Actually sniping with this gun, ooh, it's not that fun. And you just feel like you never hit torsos with this. Like other snipers, nah, you hit torsos all the time. This one, for some reason, you don't. Probably because if you aim at the torso, it drops so fast that you freaking hit the legs or something. But yeah, it's not really the best or anything, and that's why it's probably the one that needs to get buffed. It's a pretty fun CQC sniper, but like even the RPM is not really that good. So what I would say is make the handling better, make the RPM higher, make the muzzle velocity like, I don't know, 400 more. Because if you made it 400 more, it'd still be 2600, which is like, you know, oh my gosh, what is this secondary? It's still not that good, you know, like it's still not that good, which is fair because it is integrally suppressed. But like, man, what are you supposed to do with this? You know, I'm pretty good at sniping in this game. I'm not the best, but I don't really do that well with this gun. I'm doing pretty well right now, honestly. 20 and 10. But like, this is more of a CQC sniper, I guess. Old Mosin 8mm would destroy this thing, but like, you know, that doesn't exist anymore. It's just the thing is the OM exists, and this is worst torso kill. I think the same RPM, worse muzzle velocity, same magazine size if you use the op conversion. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually hitting headshots, but like, you really gotta go for some headshots to get the headshots. Getting like kills in like 100-meter combat is not really that difficult. You know, it's like a regular sniper in that aspect. But when you're going for kills at like, I don't know, 300 meters, this is gonna be the hardest sniper in the game to hit a single shot with, because it is the lowest muzzle velocity in class, like slower than the Scout, and the Scout is supposed to be like the tiny bullet sniper, but like lots of drop damage wise and muzzle velocity wise. Torso kill range is pretty bad. I'd say buff the torso kill range, maybe buff the RPM, buff the muzzle velocity. You have a decent gun. But yeah, that just about does it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the 10 guns that I think need a buff, or like whatever I'm gonna call the video, like 10 guns that kind of suck, top 10 guns that need to get buffed or something like that, you know. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed though, like, sub, whatever. Yeah, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.